Daniel Jagger. Riley Gaines for CMP. Share some college swim and dive stories in addition to some other headlines. Thank you, Daniel. Actually, I was just going to get to that story. Let me pull this up, this Riley Gaines story. Here we go. Wait a second. I have so many tabs.
That would make me so anxious.
That's candles. Okay. Riley Gaines threatens legal action after being attacked by trans rights activists during SF state speech.
As she should. Those security did nothing. You see those security guards standing around like they don't know what
haven't
they're
seen anything. Swimmer Riley Gaines on Saturday threatened to take legal action after saying she was assaulted by trans rights protesters during a speech about protecting women's sports at San Francisco State University. The campus police did nothing. The dean of students was there and did nothing. There will be no repercussions unless I have something to do with it, Gaines told Fox and Friends weekend host Rachel Campos Duffy. Oh, so this is her, the blonde?
Yeah.
Yes.
She looks like she already works for Fox News. Look at her. She's got the look. She's got the look. I will be pursuing legal action. These people need to face repercussions. The former NCAA swimmer and 12-time All-American champ said a mob of demonstrators attacked her while she spoke about including trans athletes in women's sports during Thursday's Turning Point USA event at SF State. Oh, is she pro or against?
She's against. She raced against Lia Thompson.
Okay.
And they tied. And so they had the two of them, and the race, the swim meet people were like, well, we can't have a tie. And so we're gonna give it to Lia.
Now I remember her.
Obvious reasons. So that's bullshit. For those of you who don't know. So she's come out and is like, Lia was in the locker room with us, fully intact, which Lia still is not had any
out.
They didn't tell her. They didn't tell any of the girls that he was going to be there. Like, she's come out and is like, this is bullcrap. Anyway, that's the background.
Yes, good recap. Yeah, dicks flying out everywhere. Dramatic video Gaines shared on Twitter shows her being ushered out of a classroom and into a hallway by security as protesters chase after her. One of the activists gets in front of her and shouts, "Trans rights are human rights." Come up with something more creative at this point. And yeah, you fucking transphobic bitch, I fucking see you. The prisoners are running the asylum at SFSU. I was ambushed and physically hit twice by a man, she tweeted. She kind of looks like Zooey Deschanel here a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. She looks closer to like Kaylee Cuoco from
Cuoco or whatever.
Yes,
I thought that too.
Like her.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, and this is the trans activist. Okay. Additional footage shared on social media shows security blocking Gaines from a mass of protesters before she was escorted to a safe room where she said she was barricaded for 3 hours. Truthfully, I think these people resort to anger, both verbally and physically, and violence because they know they don't have reason on their side, Gaines told Campos Duffy. They cannot debate me with logic or science or any kind of data that supports their argument, so they resort to personal attacks. Gaines, a former swimmer at the University of Kentucky, has been a vocal critic of trans athletes participating in women's sports after competing against former Penn swimmer Lia Thomas, with whom she tied for 5th place in a national swimming competition last spring.
I like how they go in and attack her and they're like, trans rights. It's like, okay, I guess her rights are out the window then. Just make it so she can't speak, leave the room. You're going to try to attack her. What about women's rights? Why is it trans rights go over women's rights? Like
men are better.
They have the right to be trans and be on the male team. They have the right to be on the male team. So what the fuck are they talking about? And they seem
a trans person also has the right, if they're losing on the men's team, to then switch teams so they can win on the women's team.
Exactly.
Don't you think it's funny that we don't have any transgender men trying to get like in men's swimming or men's basketball?
Yeah,
that's what I want to see. I want to see
trans women.
I want to see someone like Buck Angel being like, "No, I can dunk. Put me in, coach."
Yeah,
that's why I like that story that happened. I think it was last week, where the guy in the full beard went to the powerlifting competition, and was just like, "I'm a woman," and broke the record just because of that the other person was there who had set the record was a trans woman.
Because it's just so ridiculous.
It sounds like something
just to show how absolutely ridiculous that it is.
Mm-hmm. Men would not put up with trans men in their spaces. And the sad thing is
They laugh them out.
Exactly. And women are just putting up with this trans.
They're too nice.
Yeah, they're just putting up with this and allowing for it to be okay. And this is really despicable what happened to this woman.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know if you guys have covered this yet, but Caitlyn Jenner actually started this like fairness first thing.
Really?
It's like
that's our next story.
Their whole thing is equality over inclusivity, where it's like, you know, let's keep biological men out of girls' sports and women's sports and all that stuff because they don't believe in forcing that stuff on children, and they believe in parents' rights to their children, you know, and not having their children indoctrinated and all that. It's very interesting.
And this is coming from a trans individual.
It is, because they don't believe that, you know, like anyone's bad per se for any reason. Like it doesn't, like trans people aren't bad, you know, straight people aren't bad, but like people should have the rights to parent their children the way they want, and not have schools like indoctrinate them in certain ways. And I completely agree with that. I don't have a problem with somebody being trans. I would have a problem with somebody pushing that on my child, you know, before
I have a problem with people weaponizing it.
Yes,
they weaponize the label. And that's where I draw the line, is like as soon as you weaponize it to use it as like your get out of jail free card, that's when I have a problem with it. I don't care. As long as you're a good individual who's actually going through this kind of stuff, you live your life. As long as you aren't weaponizing it, I don't have a problem with it.
I do think Caitlyn Jenner's an interesting example. Sorry.
It's so funny that you say get out of jail free, like, because technically they're using the card to get into jail for free with other women. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's like, screw women's rights, I guess. You know, like
this guy.
Women are so over. We had a good run.